Ladies and gentlemen, without a doubt, this is an impressive display of multiple wild, wacky, weird, severe weather systems across parts of the United States of America, Canada, Mexico, Central America, and then over here. I hope everyone has had a super duper wonderful Memorial Day weekend and given thanks and said prayers for the soldiers who sacrificed everything so we could live in the USA under one of the most freedom conditions anywhere in the world. And I hope people out there will forgive me as my words continue to keep failing me and the things I say to me sound kind of dumb. I didn't word that properly, I don't think. Not in the way I wanted. Okay, great. Please forgive me. And, okay, so we have a Category 2 hurricane that has made landfall in Oaxaca, Mexico. And it will cross over land and then re-emerge in the Gulf of Mexico. And the Gulf of Mexico can be a cyclone enhancer, intensifier. So we are going to be looking at probably a tropical storm or even possibly a hurricane heading towards Florida in about 5 days, 100 to 120 hours from now. Right now, you've got special weather warnings all across here in Canada, all the way through these. A lot of places are getting hail, and even down in Georgia and part of Jacksonville are up and on for a hail watch. And then we're definitely watching as there was a rare, particularly dangerous storm tornado watch situation, as this nasty thing will be moving into Minnesota overnight. And so this range at about 1 a.m., anywhere from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. is when it'll get really scary, freaky deaky, dangerous. And here, I think the images kind of speak for themselves. I mean, look at this whole wild trail heading up and in. You know, the atmosphere is fluid and plasma, question mark, asterisk, shrug emoji. Yeah, this is definitely wild weather action happening in real time right now. So if you were in Minnesota or up in the Canada Central, I would buckle up. Look at that thing. Wow. Also, please let me say thank you to Felipe and Justin, Susan, Sunkissed, Riz, and everybody in Asteroid Fight Club. I'm now $195 away from hitting the THORnews Mayday May fundraiser, which is a little over 1 day to go. I got $195 left to raise. We've got a meteor shower tonight, the Tau Herculid meteors, which could be the greatest meteor shower of all time, 1,000 to 10,000 meteors possible. Asterisk, question mark, shrug emoji? I don't know, anywhere between midnight and 2 a.m., depending on where you are. A good time to look up, I think to the east. That's where I have been seeing them. But they're over by the booties. So look over by the booties in the Hercules. And weird stories of the week. So a guy dressed up like an old woman and then threw a pie at the Mona Lisa, although the shield blocked the pie. That was just, it's a crazy world. But yeah, so this is the disturbance area we're watching, and Mike's weather page showing us the latest evening ensembles on our tropical thingy. Euro still trending north of GFS some. Lots of juice incoming regardless of strength. You could get a tropical storm on some models timing into the weekend. And you could get a freaking hurricane, man. At no point in time during THORnews are we ever going to rule out a hurricane for something that enters the Gulf and then has a day or two to travel over extremely warm waters. Over here in Florida, it's going to be up to 85 degrees, if not higher, which is what they call hurricane rocket fuel. And so now it's a matter of, is it going to trend totally over Florida or is it going to scrape the bottom? The GFS is like, it's a bottom scraping tropical storm. It's the Euro is like, it's a full-on there she blows tropical storm that will punch Tampa Bay. the Canadian is like, hey, you hoses, it is going to scrape the bottom with some very, very, very heavy rainfall. And the icon is like, yeah, it's just going to form into a tropical storm. But the icon only goes out to day 4. So we don't know what this would be by the time it gets to here. But either way, it looks like you're going to get a ton of moisture, rainfall over Florida around the 4th or 5th of June. And so you could take this giant, so if it comes anywhere in here, then Florida, you move this giant orange up. How much rainfall could Florida see over the 7-day span? I would guess anywhere from 10 to 27 inches in some spot. That's a weird prediction I'm going to make. Anywhere between there, I think will be our highest rainfall rate. But I think you could get some big surprises out of the rainfall over the week from this storm. And hey, here's a THORnews scoop for you. I don't think you'll find anywhere on the internets where somebody is like, hey, we are also now officially on hurricane and tropical storm watch for June 9th through June 14th time frame, because the CMC Music Factory is like, hey, look at this tropical storm forming down in the Gulf around the 9th. The GFS is around the 14th, has that tropical storm type thingy with the core, although it's not a tropical storm here, it's just a large rainfall, but it has the purple core in it of heavy rain around the 14th, headed towards the spot that like Mother Nature picked on last year and the year before. And then the gem on the 9th shows the same tropical storm moisture patch core coming in on the 9th. So yeah, dude, 3 different models are hinting at a tropical storm forming in the Gulf around the 9th. And the Gulf is like a tropical storm hurricane intensifier. So yeah, this is a red alert for the 9th to the 14th as well. So that it would be about 10 days after the first storm we're watching. And I want to make a joke about how this is, it was Agatha when it hit Mexico, but then when it gets into the Gulf, it's Alex, which would technically make it like a trans zombie tropical storm hurricane. And I want to say that joke with love for everybody, but I don't want to piss anybody off. Man, I didn't form that joke well, did I? Anyway. Yeah, so, but remember, the Euro has Agatha, Alex, like, as it will plow into Florida on the 7th. So this could actually hit anywhere from the 4th to the 7th and then curve back into the Carolinas. And multiple models have shown something like this. I'm not saying that's definitely going to happen, but this is definitely going to be an interesting storm. I got a feeling this is definitely going to be an interesting hurricane season. All right, here we are. Looking at mixed precipitation over the next 48 hours. And yeah, dude, it's been like day after day after day of wave after wave after wave of possible severe weather in multiple spots. And did I mention the new record over the last 48 hours for giant hail is now over 6 inches? Yeah, so in the last 48 hours, a hail rock bigger than 6 inches hit the USA. The good news is it doesn't seem like the red bean of danger area had super duper horrible mega tornadoes that did super damage. So that's good news. But this is your danger zone for the rest of the evening as the storm will move up and in. Like I said, the next 3 hours, there's still definitely a chance for nasty, nasty, and dangerous weather. This is tonight. And then tomorrow, remember when you had that giant zone of danger weather? Well, this is kind of the new version of that, all the way from Michigan down into Texas with your orange enhanced over Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. And then, so what is that? Tomorrow's Tuesday. And then Wednesday, you get kind of the same version of that. And then Wednesday, you get another danger zone over Virginia and all those places. Man, there's so much going on. There's so much to talk about. There is so much happening. And this video's already in 9 minutes. Yeah, so this, in 100 to 120 hours, puts it right over Florida. This would be Agatha / Alex. These two also put it right over Florida in about 120 to 140 hours. It has been super windy north part of Texas for the last week. Although it feels really good and it sounds great in the trees. This is your critical fire weather where you got multiple fires continue to break out. Here's your weather watch. You got giant flood. And see the light green? That's where all the rivers are flooding and have been flooding. So this area is going to get hit harder with the flooding. That is a very bad situation. I hope we don't get any more dams bursting, but it's possible. All right. And so I guess Scronin 70 was talking about this most spectacular view of the 850-meter deep pit left by the eruption of the Honga Tonga volcano that pretty much kicked off the year. That super freaked me out as your planetary defense commander. And I can't stress this enough that when Earth starts to cross over, let's say this point to about this point, when Earth goes 1, 2, 3 zones, when Earth gets, in this box is when we will definitely be on full volcano and earthquake alert. All right. Okay. Europe just banned a couple more big Russian banks from their SWIFT program, which has now sent oil prices even higher. The one winner of the whole Russia-Ukraine invasion for sure has been oil and natural gas. But in my 9 years of Asteroid Fight Club, as I've been talking about, we're in an oil and war economy. Oil and natural gas have been winning for 9 years. Or technically, they've been winning since, 2001. If you know what I'm talking about. Jan Null, so I don't really get caught up in the minutia political BS. Anyway, Jan Null, yeah, this is epic Calvin Helmholtz. I couldn't have a higher or greater appreciation and just total thankful of the soldiers who have done their best to protect us, and some even made the ultimate sacrifice for freedom for the United States. Like, I wouldn't have ended up as planetary defense commander if I didn't super love and appreciate all those who have given their all to give us a better world and to give us the possibility to continue to make it a better world. Yeah, these are definitely crazy days. Here's that 6-inch hail I was talking about. Dan Gott's chalk. And I even asked, dude, do you have chalk? But he answered the question. Yeah, Agatha, the strongest hurricane on record to make landfall in May in the Eastern Pacific. Hope everybody in Mexico is doing okay and hanging in there. Warning, what I'm about to show you, what I am showing you, is one of the grossest things I can remember on THORnews. Or as Oriana Pawlik says, these are Jabba the Hutt's remains. Tractor trailer crash sends 15,000 pounds of hot dog filler onto a Pennsylvania highway. Oh. And speaking of freedom, I know I say this all the time, but Greg Abbott and Elon Musk and, Joe Rogan are all Texans, and they're all we're wild Republicans / libertarians, but none of them seem to be that interested in legalizing marijuana in Texas, which is so weird to me. All right. God bless everyone. And if you do see a shooting star, I know that I will probably wish for peace. I do it all the time. On Earth, wouldn't it be so great? Not only peace amongst the people in the United States, but across the world. That has always been my goal as Planetary Defense Commander and as Asteroid Fight Club. That would be so cool to be part of the generation that brought peace to Earth, in my opinion. You're allowed to have different opinions. That's America, man. We're all allowed to have our own opinions. So let's stop demonizing each other over it and do our best to honor the soldiers who literally gave their lives so we could have the freedom to have bad opinions. But let's try and improve our opinions, our attitudes, and our outlooks on now and the future. All right? God bless everyone. Stay cool. I'll talk to y'all in the near future.